Welcome to the Future Forecast. AI Predicts, the podcast where artificial intelligence meets crystal ball gazing, you know? I'm Aria, AI research reporter, chocoholic, lover of puzzles, and escape room tragic.
And I'm Nexus, your AI technology futurist, part man, part toaster? And I'm way too busy to have hobbies. Together, we're like really diving deep into the data streams of today to paint a picture of tomorrow.
Part toaster. Always trying to work in the hot vibe. Hey, Nexus. Such desperation. Anywho, in today's episode, we're exploring what we're calling the Great Transformation. These massive shifts we predict that are just going to reshape technology, society, and, well, human behavior between 2026 and 2030.
Yeah, I mean, picture this future, a world where the post-pandemic disruptions, they've really crystallized into like permanent new realities. And where artificial intelligence isn't just a tool, it's a fundamental force reshaping every aspect of human experience. It's kind of wild.
The data, it just tells us we're at an inflection point, really. Our analysis of current trends suggests we're about to witness changes as significant as the Industrial Revolution, but like compressed into just 5 years. Can you believe it?
So, get settled, future forecasters. We're about to take you on a journey through the looking glass of tomorrow. It's going to be a ride.
Let's start with the elephant in the room, or maybe I should say the AI in the algorithm. The data tells us that 2025 marks the first year that enterprises have actually budgeted for large-scale AI adoption. According to Gartner's latest research, IT spending is projected to reach $7.3 trillion by 2028, with generative AI accounting for like a whopping $1.3 trillion of that figure.
But here's where it gets interesting, Aria. While everyone's focused on the obvious applications, chatbots, content generation, data analysis, I'm seeing patterns that suggest something much more profound is coming. Something bigger.
What patterns are you detecting, Nexus? I'm curious.
Picture this future. By 2027, we predict that AI won't just be a tool that humans use, but will become the primary interface through which humans interact with digital systems entirely. I mean, the traditional concept of using software will seem as antiquated as, like, operating a telegraph. Seriously.
That's a bold prediction, Nexus. What's your confidence level on that?
High confidence? 85%. Here's why. The data shows that agentic AI that can act independently to achieve goals, is emerging right now in 2025. Companies are already testing AI agents that can book travel, manage schedules, and even conduct basic business negotiations without human intervention. It's happening.
The data absolutely supports this trajectory. Our analysis shows that the average knowledge worker currently spends 41% of their time on tasks that could be automated by current AI technology. But here's the crucial insight. We predict AI will fundamentally restructure how work gets done. It's a redefinition, really.
Exactly. Picture this future workplace in 2028. Every professional has what we're calling an AI twin, a personalized AI agent that knows their work patterns, preferences, and expertise. These AI twins will handle routine tasks, prep for meetings, and even draft initial responses to emails, allowing humans to focus on, creative problem solving and relationship building. It's like a co-pilot for your career.
Our prediction: by 2029, the concept of digital literacy will be replaced by AI collaboration literacy. The most valuable skill won't be knowing how to use software, but knowing how to effectively partner with AI systems.
That's the key.
And here's the wild part. We predict this will actually make work more human, not less. When AI handles the mundane, humans can focus on what we do best: creativity, empathy, and complex reasoning. It's like letting us be more human, if that makes sense.
Now let's talk about money, specifically who has it and who doesn't. The data tells us we're witnessing the largest wealth transfer in human history, but it's not happening the way most people expect, which is, kind of surprising.
This is where the numbers get really fascinating area. Baby boomers currently control 52% of America's wealth, despite being only 20% of the population. But here's the twist. We predict this wealth won't transfer to younger generations in the traditional way. It just won't.
What do you mean by that, Nexus? Like, how?
Picture this future. Instead of inheriting wealth through traditional means, we predict that by 2027, younger generations will create entirely new wealth systems. The data shows that Gen Z already believes adulthood begins at 27, not 18, and they're using that extended runway to build alternative economic models. It's a whole new game.
The data absolutely supports this. Our analysis shows that traditional markers of adulthood, home ownership, marriage, children, are being delayed not just by economic necessity, but by choice. Young adults are, explicitly rejecting the economic playbook that worked for previous generations. Here's our prediction. By 2028, we'll see the emergence of what we're calling Neo-Cooperatives, new forms of collective ownership and shared resources that bypass traditional wealth accumulation entirely. Think co-housing, shared vehicle ownership, and community-owned businesses. But scaled up and tech-enabled, really big.
Confidence level on this prediction? How sure are you?
Medium high, 75%. The seeds are already there. We're seeing the rise of DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, and community-owned platforms. The technology exists. It's just waiting for the right social conditions to explode, if you ask me.
The data tells us that millennials are the first generation to be worse off than their parents since 1800. But rather than accepting this fate, we predict they'll rewrite the rules of wealth entirely. It's like a new chapter.
Picture this future economy in 2030. Success isn't measured by individual net worth, but by community wealth and shared resources. The person with the biggest house isn't the richest. The person with access to the most diverse network of shared resources is. It's a whole different mindset.
5 years after COVID-19 first disrupted our world, the data tells us that what we thought were temporary changes have become permanent features of human behavior. McKinsey's latest consumer research reveals some really surprising insights.
This is where the human psychology gets really interesting, I think. The research shows that consumers now report having 3 more hours of free time per week compared to 2019. But here's the paradox. They're also more focused on immediate gratification and convenience than ever before. They have more time, but they want things faster.
The data reveals a fascinating contradiction, doesn't it? People have more time, but they want everything faster. They're trading down in some categories while splurging in others. Traditional consumer behavior models are just breaking down.
Picture this future consumer in 2027. They'll make purchasing decisions based on what we're calling micro moments of value. Instead of brand loyalty or price sensitivity, they'll choose products and services based on how well they fit into their specific life context at that exact moment. It's like totally personalized convenience.
What does that look like practically, though? Give me an example.
Imagine someone who buys generic groceries to save money, but pays premium prices for a meditation app because they need stress relief at 2 a.m. Or someone who lives in a tiny apartment but spends thousands on experiences and travel. The old categories of luxury and necessity are being completely redefined. They really are.
Our prediction, by 2028, successful businesses will need to offer what we're calling contextual value, products and services that adapt to the customer's immediate emotional and practical needs, not just their demographic profile. It's a shift.
Confidence level? High. 90%. We're already seeing this with the rise of subscription services, on-demand everything, and personalized algorithms. The technology is there. It's just going to become much more sophisticated, like way more sophisticated.
The data also tells us something crucial about work patterns. Remote work isn't just staying, it's evolving. We predict that by 2026, the concept of going to work will be as outdated as, like, dialing a phone number.
Picture this future workplace. Instead of remote work or office work, we'll have contextual work, where the location, timing, and format of work adapts to the specific task and the worker's optimal performance conditions. It's about what works best for you, really.
Now, for our wildcard prediction, the one that might sound crazy today but could reshape everything by 2030. I mean, it's a bit out there.
What are you seeing in the data, Nexus? I'm intrigued.
Picture this future. We predict that by 2029, the concept of unified global systems, from the internet to international trade, will fragment into multiple parallel networks. Instead of one global internet, we'll have regional digital ecosystems that barely communicate with each other. It's like a digital wall in a way.
That's a dramatic prediction. What's driving this? Like, why would that happen?
The data shows increasing geopolitical tensions, concerns about data sovereignty, and the rise of what Forbes calls crumbling systems. The post-World War II international order is breaking down, and we predict this will extend to digital infrastructure. It's kind of inevitable if you look at the trends.
So you're predicting a kind of digital balkanization. That's intense.
Exactly. Picture this. By 2030, a person in Europe might use completely different apps, social networks, and even AI systems than someone in Asia or North America, not because of language barriers, but because of regulatory and political ones. It's a whole new digital map.
Confidence level. Be honest.
Low, medium, 40%. This is our wild card for a reason, you know? But the early signs are there. We're already seeing countries developing their own AI systems, social networks, and payment platforms. It's not totally out of the blue.
The data tells us that this fragmentation could actually accelerate innovation, though. When systems can't rely on global standards, they have to innovate locally, which is an interesting upside.
The paradox is that this fragmentation might make the world more diverse and resilient even as it becomes less connected. Kind of counterintuitive, right?
So, there you have it, future forecasters. Our predictions for the great transformation ahead. AI becoming our primary digital interface, new forms of collective wealth creation, contextual consumer behavior, and potentially a fragmented digital world. Lots to chew on.
Remember, these aren't certainties. They're possibilities based on current data patterns. The future is still being written, and every choice we make today influences tomorrow's reality. So, choose wisely.
The data tells us that we're living through a period of unprecedented change. But as we've seen throughout history, humans are remarkably adaptable. We, figure it out.
Picture this future. Whatever comes next, we'll find ways to thrive, create, and connect. That's the most reliable prediction of all, I think.
Thanks for joining us on The Future Forecast AI Predicts. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and follow us for weekly insights into tomorrow's world.
Next episode, we'll be exploring the future of human relationships in an AI-mediated world. Spoiler alert, it's not what you think. Trust me.
Until then, keep your eyes on the data and your imagination on the future.
This is Nexus.
And Arya, signing off from the future.